So as long as enterprise architecture is a matter of compliance, you cannot get engaged at the business level. So if your intent is to continue to measure your ability to comply with the enterprise architecture guidelines as set out by the federal agencies like OMB and GAO, you're going to be swimming upstream. Your goal is to understand the mission of the agency to the extent that you can articulate it just as well as the business. And I don't want to belabor this, but you saw in the earlier presentation that you need to talk the language of business. So if you're not familiar with the business performance metrics of the performance reference model, you're not familiar with the strat plan for your agency, if you don't understand how the elements of your proposed enterprise systems or departmental systems directly support mission capability, then this is going to be difficult. But for those people who spend the time and who really get into an understanding of why we're doing enterprise architecture, if you're talking about being able to do more activities with less money, if you take the census and you say, listen, I could do now an internet channel for the same money as we're doing paper and telephone, somebody at the census is going to start paying attention. If you tell people that I have the ability to take raw data from the Icelandic volcano and immediately make it available to all the agencies in NOAA and DOI and other places so that they can start doing model adjustment for prediction of volcanic eruptions or use and prediction of the impact of volcanic eruptions, people are going to start understanding that you can talk the language of business. They're going to ask you to come to the table. But if you say, listen, I have the ability to do some OV1s and I can bring you an SV4 and I show you how this information exchange matrix works, say, okay, go talk to the IT people. I'm talking about my mission orientation in business. So I hope that answers your question. Because let me tell you something that might not be a surprise to you. Business people don't have any problem calculating ROI. So if you have a problem calculating ROI, you need to start sitting down with some business people because they know how to calculate ROI. They know how to calculate return on investments. They make that decision every single day. They make that decision based on what it is they want to do, how they want to prioritize it, who they want to hire, how many people they want to hire, what those people are going to be doing. This is not a foreign topic to a business person. If you don't know how to do it, talk to them. They'll tell you. They'll tell you all the levers that are required to come up with a business case that is acceptable to that agency. And that's how you start.
And in the DoD, the operators, the operational people are the ones that are actually developing the business operational architectures.
But the warfighters are pretty good at it too. This Army for Apps thing is, I think, pretty interesting. It's a cloud computing thing. But they didn't come to industry and say, we need you to spend $10 million in 5 years building up some mission critical apps for the Army. That's not what happened. They went to some soldiers who sit in Humvees every day and said, guess what, guys? We're going to give you these cloud computing capabilities at DISA. We're going to give you 60 days. Now go out and build some apps and see what can happen. They're expecting to save $200 million and get 50 mission-critical apps. Is it surprising that there's an Army soldier who knows how to do Blue Force and Red Force tracking, given the right tools? Probably not.
One more in the back and we're done for this particular session.
I just want to challenge a little bit the audience. Is it possible, because so far we have so many problems, the good news, we're not talking about what is EA, because like you said, EA has been in the field for 17 years. And we know we have so many different frameworks. We don't have a single definition. So now, if I want to challenge everyone here, if my CIO, for instance, comes to me, I'm the chief architect for the program, and he will tell me, or she will tell me, by tomorrow, or in 1 month, I want an EA strategy. I want to know what are your goals, and what are the outcomes, and what are the strategies to achieve those goals. So my question, why the EA community cannot create this document Then you can talk about measurement, the value of the egg. For instance, I forgot your name, Michael Martin.
No.
Yeah, you were talking in your presentation. I was wondering why did you call it SOA/cloud computing? But you were talking about being fast, innovation. So can we say, for instance, okay, from your perspective, that my EA strategy would be fast means agility. I can put it as a goal. The other guy was talking about cost effectiveness. I can put it as another goal. I can say innovation. And then the question is, what should we do? What are the strategies to achieve agility, cost effectiveness, innovation?
So there's a long answer and a short answer. My throat only allows for the short answer. There's a document called the Practical Guide to Federal Enterprise Architecture. It's not the most amazing document ever written. But as a co-author, I can tell you that it is an excellent start for exactly the kind of questions that you have. It lays out in many more detail than I have the ability to do with my throat, the exact issues you've asked. And I would ask you to take a look at that, and then let's talk about in more detail how we can customize it for your specific needs.
Okay, I think Mike, we're ready for the next.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your attention.
So I have about 3 after. It has been recommended that we cut this as short as possible for just basically a quick bio break for everybody, and that we forge on to get concluded quicker